We live in such denial of the power of people's energy and their energy signatures that they carry. Everybody has an energy signature.
Yeah.
So you need to assess of the 5 people that you spend the most time with, because they say that you are the sum total of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. What is their exact energy signature? Because whether you like it or not, it is going to rub off onto you. So that's
transferring.
it's transferring, you know. And so it's like, wow, sometimes you really take that for granted.
We do.
Sometimes we think that we can interact without consequence. You know, just say that again. You think you can interact, you can indulge
Without consequence.
no consequence, but the reality is we all carry energy signatures.
The Sapiosexual Platter.
Sometimes growth requires shifting spheres, changing environments, changing conversations, and even the people around you, because energy transfers. On today's episode, we are exploring discernment and how staying too close to people who are chaotic can quietly delay your elevation. My name is Shatani Somalakai.
And I am Belsa Abo Ame.
Welcome to the Sapiosexual
Sapiosexual
Platter. Yeah, this is one of those deep conversations.
Yeah.
I think one thing that you cannot deny as you grow is that you outgrow the environment that you're in, and that you outgrow the people that you're with. And it's often that thing that you don't calculate in the equation. Like when you calculate growth, we calculate everything. Like I'm going to move from moving to this house to that house, making this amount of money to making that amount of money, having these people in my circle, and you never account for, but I am already in a particular environment, and outgrowing it means outgrowing everything in that ecosystem. And so it's a painful one because it's people you love. It's people that you've connected with, you know, over a period of time. It's people who you were possibly dreaming with when you were calculating, I want to go from stage A to stage B.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's sad that you don't get to then move or cross the Red Sea with them, as it were.
Yeah.
They must remain in Egypt. And you have qualified to cross the Red Sea. Yeah.
And it doesn't mean them remaining in Egypt, they are not growing as well. They're just growing in a different
Just
path.
a different environment, different direction. But yeah, that is the aftermath or the consequence of growth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think with the situation that you just described, I would frame it not as outgrowing a person, but more having fulfilled the purpose of that relationship for that season. And
That's
therefore
more positive, yeah.
needing to disintegrate it. And I was asking you what's in your zeitgeist because I know that with whatever you've been experiencing in your own journey has been more the shifting of spheres and people to align to the next level. But in my zeitgeist, it was just having a realization, like I had an encounter with somebody who wanted us to do business. And we're exploring the idea of a short-term collaboration. And just this person coming into my life, so many things have happened. And I remember just watching all the things happen. I think when it happened at first, I was like, okay, this is just a coincidence, right? And what had happened was that somebody broke into one of the facilities that I creatively direct, Motswapula, the baby play center. And they took stuff out.
Whoa.
Yeah, so when I thought about it, I was like, I recently collaborated with this person who was going through their own journey, who's in the same industry. And then we do decide to collaborate. People break in. So I call her because also her stuff was stolen. My stuff was stolen. I call her and, we deal with the situation. And as we meet up I bring her up to speed. This is what transpired. This is what happened. She then shares, oh, you know what? Even yesterday, I got robbed. Yeah, I got robbed by, I think, 6 men at knife point. So when she said that in the moment, I was like, you are in your season of being baptized by fire.
Yeah.
You are in your season. And realizing in my head, I was like, thank God it's a short-term thing, but I realized the spiritual significance of what is transpiring.
Yeah.
And that is, you are in a certain season that is meant to create something of you. And naturally, when you are in that season, that means you are in an energetical frame. And then also your nervous system and your aura, your magnetic field is emitting a certain radiance. Naturally, when people stay around one another, since we're energy and we're vibrating, we tend to vibrate at the same level. It's like neurons, protons, and an atom. An atom is vibrating scientifically, and then it enters a realm where you've got dominant atoms vibrating. It joins the vibration of
The dominant
ones.
Yeah.
So I was like, I can have the dominance of my reality, but I've collided reality with somebody who's in a season. And I was like, I see this for what it is. And by the grace of God, I'm grateful for wisdom. But I can imagine people having such encounters. And instead of looking at the spiritual significance of you've just collided worlds with somebody whose world this is happening.
Yeah.
You end up fact-finding or fault-finding to your own reality to say, oh, maybe I could have done this better, or maybe this could have happened. It's like, even if you had all those things that you could have done better, for as long as if you collided realities with this person who's going through, for lack of a better phrasing, a season of bad luck, some of it is going to rub onto you.
Yeah, you're going to.
In one regard or the other.
Yeah.
And it's like, when the break-in happens, a lot of her stuff is taken and not necessarily mine. Some were taken. But also realizing that because she was in my realm, the people were caught. Because guys, if there's anything about me you don't steal from me, they will return. I'm just saying, by the grace of God.
There is a crazy story where one time some guy decided that he's going to steal her iMac. A whole iMac.
Big iMac, yeah.
And Belle did her treatment. Said that thing is coming back to me. That guy literally ended up at the police station. He
was there for a different thing.
On the same day, she got a call back. Ma,
So exactly that. So they got caught. Literally, we ended up in police. And can you imagine? It's literally standard 4, standard 3 children. They literally... And the way those people plan that heist...
Standard 3, standard 4.
Standard 3, standard 4. When they describe what they did at police, one was a watchman, and then how they entered on their elbows because from the gate you can see into the property. And it was actually a saving grace that you can see into the property because people are around that vicinity and they know the entity and myself. Those are the people that were keeping a watch. So if it was completely blocked out and you can't see inside, those children would have found a way because they broke the boundary wall and then they snuck in.
How did they break the boundary wall?
My girl, it's okay. We're in the dimension as a country because for me, I think it just opened my awareness to like different pandemics on top of the pandemics that happened, but that's a conversation for another day. But I share this to say they broke in, they took what they took, and they got caught. And realizing the collusion of our
Energies and
realities,
realities, yeah.
her reality is, I'm going through the hellfire I'm going through. I've come to ask for a collaboration to save me from my hellfire. But different things keep happening and. And then it's like, you collude in my world, lucky for you. I live in a reality where anything that is taken from me would be restored 10,000 fold and more. So you are then having these people caught because the math of it is, if you steal from me, you must return it. Yeah. That's just the frequency that I live in. And it's so interesting also realizing that, just to expand this a little bit, to give an example, when Bonnie's phone got stolen, one of our good friends' phones got stolen. And when he told me, he was like, Belle, my phone is gone. And I was like, it'll come back.
And it came back. Guys, that phone was in Zimbabwe.
It was in Zimbabwe.
It came back from Zimbabwe.
In a bus.
And can't I know where your energies when my phone got stolen? Really, when we took that jog.
It would have come back.
Why didn't you do the treatment?
I don't know. The thing is,
the treatment. I want
that it will come back.
I want that phone.
Time has transpired, my dear. Time has
I'm just
transpired.
thinking all these things that have happened. We've been friends all these years. Where was your energy?
No, but you've gotten a lot of things back.
I know.
You've gotten a lot of things back. So it was just realizing that. And then, to finish off the story about Bonnie, I told him, I'm like, the phone will come back. And then he wanted us to dissect the steal. I was like, if you believe the phone will come back, it's coming back. It's done. It's coming back. And I went into my house and I left him that day. And he did his own thing. He's super intelligent. He can plan a heist in France all the way in Botswana in his balcony. So he does his thing. He does his thing and the phone comes back, So for me, it was just that. Even recently when my car got broken into, somebody parked near me, their laptop got stolen. My laptop and my iPad were inside the car.
Yeah.
And it didn't transpire by the grace of God. And I'm grateful to God. And I share this to say that you create your sphere with obviously your energy, what you're experiencing at that moment, and also what is in your mind. And being very mindful when people come to say what is in their mind, what is in their energy, and more importantly, what season of life are they walking? And how do I navigate having encounters with people that I have outgrown, people that carry seasonal bad luck because they are in that season of just being baptized.
Yeah.
How do you balance realities? Because we're going to collide realities. It's not going to be like, oh, this person's going through bad luck, I'm going to avoid you. It's like, how do you spot it? And then how do you mitigate the situation and hold your own frequency in dominance?
Yeah.
Because in that reality, clearly, both our frequencies are dominant in the sense that you're going through your season of baptism. It's dominant. And I'm going through my season of clarity.
Yeah.
And it's the dominance colluded.
Yeah. It's such a powerful topic. Yeah. And I think the first thing for me is not taking things personally.
Thank you.
Yeah. Jorge, just objectively speaking, as you said, we are all going through seasons simultaneously. All of us are going through different seasons. And it's not a reflection on the person. It's just more about the season. So being able to discern, this is this person's season. They may be a person of excellence. They may be a person of whatever they are. But right now, the universe has it so that they are going through a challenge of sorts. And I've gone through my own seasons.
If I knew better, I would have stayed away.
Right?
Now I know better. How was I see ya?
Raining cats and dogs.
I'm joking.
I know. But just to say, those seasons weren't personal to me.
Yeah.
So just the tendency is to want to do the math and the calculations. What did they do? What's happening in their lives?
What does it mean about me?
What does it mean about me? And it's like, no, it's a season. So discern.
Yeah.
Is this a season where I have the dominance in myself where I can participate and assist? Or it's a season where yo, Zagas the way it's ending, Portal way it's ending. My friend, your aides will come to you. I don't think I'm your aide for this.
Yeah.
You know. And it's different from like when they're no longer relevant, because we talked about it in the previous episode about networking. There's a difference between and recognizing when you don't have the capacity to assist them when they're going through a particular season.
And I think the difference with that also is that when you would have had a relationship, right? With this one where you meet people for the first time, because I don't have a relationship with her, I just met her.
Yeah.
So where you meet people for the first time and you're trying to discern how far do you go with them in that season or based on that character. Yeah. Because some situations would be that, but also just in nuances where you go to a networking event, you meet a Shatangi, for whatever reason, it seems like something can come out of you, but she's walking her own season and you're walking your own season, and not shifting blame. Because imagine if this broke in and I didn't have the awareness of what's transpiring here. Or if she didn't reveal that information to me that, oh, actually, I got robbed again also yesterday. And I'm like, oh, so you're in your season of being robbed. God protect me. And then going to strategize to say, do I proceed forward? Or how do I navigate the situation in a way that my sphere is
Not
dominant,
compromised.
not compromised.
Yeah.
Because we tend to take things at face value. We tend to be very logical about things and not lean on to spiritual discernment of situations. And then you would act from that encounter instead of just dealing with it in the spiritual realm to say, this is not my reality. So I leave it. And also I think having this conversation is important because then it can give people an awareness to different ways manifestation takes place. Because even when we used to live with one another, there were habits of mind that you would borrow that are on the negatives, or there will be ways that you start to behave and express that may not be necessarily you, and habits that you engage that would not be you, but by sphere of influence. And then another saying, being around you, I'll learn the positives and the negatives, and then certain thing I'll be like, oh, why do I do this, or why do I have this? And realizing, oh, I've been in Shatangi's sphere. Or I'll be like, oh, that's such a Shatangi thing.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, oh, I've been in her sphere of influence.
Yeah.
That I've borrowed some things and she's equally borrowed mine. So bringing the audience to that realization that when you're in each other's electromagnetic wave, when your worlds collide, there's an impact and there's an exchange. But having that awareness and knowing how to navigate it when people are in different seasons. I'll also just give another example. When we went to Parliament recently, we were trying to get access. And there was this one guy who was just blocking us from going in because we're trying to get clips so that we can pay homage to the late President Festus Mogae. And our worlds collided with him. And his posture was just very like blocking. Like, I'm not allowing you guys to enter this realm. And then just realizing that this person is under their own sphere and we're under our own sphere. When we left that encounter, I had the awareness that there has been an impact because of that collusion. I may have the clarity about who I am and the psychological mastery to not be swayed from my center, but I can't deny the contamination or the pollution in my world that was created by that encounter. So much so that our producer and director, he entered the car and he's like, yo, I think I have low blood pressure.
That was a whole thing.
That was a whole thing. And I'm like, you have low blood pressure? Yes. I think I have low blood pressure. And then when I started, explaining to him the impact and the contamination we just encounter from colluding spheres and realities with that guy, he was like, oh, no, actually, I don't have low blood pressure.
It was just
the energy
the
loss.
proximity with that person.
Yes.
Yeah.
The energy vampirism from that encounter. So it's like, if we didn't dissect and debrief what had transpired, he would have walked away in his own reality thinking he has a problem and he's got low blood pressure. So it's such encounters that I want people to have an awareness of, so that you really sort of, so that you diagnose situation and encounters in your life for what they really are, than really conjuring a sickness of low blood pressure, not realizing. And I'm like, now that blood pressure is going to manifest, because you then walk out of your reality with the belief that, you know what, I have low blood pressure, and belief creates reality. And it's like, no. Don't create low blood pressure by activating your belief into a certain awareness that is not actually what is the truth of what's transpiring here. You just experienced a collusion with somebody's reality that is so low vibrational that it zapped your energy. Kauna low blood pressure. Yeah,
and I also think, as you were speaking, I just realized that we live in such denial of the power of people's energy and their energy signatures that they carry. Everybody has an energy signature. So you need to assess, of the 5 people that you spend the most time with, because they say that you are the sum total of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. What is their exact energy signature? Because whether you like it or not, it is going to rub off onto you. So that's transferring. It's transferring, you know. And so it's like, wow, sometimes you really take that for granted.
We do.
Sometimes we think that we can interact without consequence. You know, just say that again. You think you can interact, you can indulge
without consequence.
No consequence, but the reality is we all carry energy signatures. And a lot of them are very dominant. And I think, just when you think about the workplace, when people are hiring people, or like, yo, you will pay for hiring somebody with an energy signature that doesn't match the workforce.
Even if they're highly skilled,
even if they're highly skilled
and they're unavoidable, avoid them.
And imagine hiring somebody in the season of bad luck. The bad luck that will come upon your organization because of the energy that they carry.
And we're not trying to say like we're stigmatizing around against people who are going through their own seasonal bad luck, guys. We're not saying that. We're just simply saying, realize the situation for what it is and act swiftly. There are ways to navigate.
There are ways to navigate it. This is the people that you must maybe give leave or allow to work from home. You know, just certain projects that they probably have to sit back on. But just having that discernment, this person is going through a season. Support them. But also, I don't even know. I guess there has to be a healthy way of trying to of creating a bit of separation. So they can go and deal and come back, you know, more balanced and more aligned.
And more cleansed.
I
I like that thing that you just said right now. Because what it triggered also was just having an awareness of like Setswana wisdom or African wisdom. And I loved what you say, a healthy way of interacting with when realities are framed that way. Because I think there's wisdom when people change, when you become a mother, when you get married, and they'll say have married people as friends and stuff like that. And as the newer generations, we tend to judge it for like, oh, what are they saying? There they go at the end with the whatever. And it's like there's merit to what they're saying, and there's also merit to what we say about, oh my God, that's so extreme. But what I got from what you've been saying now is knowing the wisdom of it and interacting with it in a healthy way. To say like, if you get married and you transition, have married friends. But also at the same time, let's interact healthily with reality to say you can still have the single friends, but just have a healthy system of how you navigate life in this change, needing a close network of support of people who've been in the journey before you and know it better, but also knowing that your ecosystem is also reliant on these people that this framing tells you to unhealthily discard. because now you're in a different level. It's like, no, recognize the season and know the wisdom of having those people as friends. But also let's healthily keep people around in our lives and maybe reframe, repurpose the friendship in a different way that is purposeful, intentional. I don't know. But
Yeah, that's very powerful.
Yeah.
I love that. Very healthy. I don't even need to repeat it. I was also thinking about on a personal level, even when you recognize that you're going through a particular season, having the wisdom and discernment to be like, I don't think that I can be with you guys. Nothing against you, but I'm going through my own season right now. And just the hygiene, as you like to talk about, hygiene, I can tell that I am being baptized. So for everybody's peace, before y'all get robbed, like I can go.
That's what I can say.
No, we've talked about this.
No, I agree with
I
you.
know.
I 100% agree with you.
It's like we've talked about this story many times. The story of
Jonah.
I know. He was in the wrong place, and because he was in the wrong place in his
Who
own
was in the wrong place?
Jonah. And because of his...
No, I just wanted you to narrate the
Jonah
story
was in the
properly.
wrong place. He was running away from instruction.
Yeah.
And then his sphere collided with other people's sphere. By long they were totally innocent. And they ended up the worlds ended up colliding in such a way that there was this major storm and they were about to die.
And the transfer of Jonah's season into their
Into
own
their
reality.
energy, where the wrath of God was basically coming. That was the wrath of God. You know what I mean? And so sometimes Jonah, when the minute they woke him up, he knew and he had an awareness.
I'm causing all of this.
I'm causing all of this. I'm the one who has transgressed, and this is my fault. So I need to move away from this environment. So just having that. I like that in the end he had the wisdom, and also the accountability,
consciousness,
to say, throw me into the ocean.
The storm.
Yeah. And so just having that Jonah accountability to say, the things I've done, I know what I did.
Yeah.
I know who I beat. I know who I cussed. I know. And so when the cops come, guys, it's me.
Yeah.
And it has nothing to do with y'all. Let me go and deal with me and God and face my demons, as it were.
Yeah.
I think that's important. Yeah.
I love that example a whole lot because I do believe it's very appropriate for this conversation. What I wanted to add to that is that a lot of the times when things transpire, we tend to go to the logical default mode of thinking. We don't tend to think on the spiritual realm. So I love that example of Jonah because it's like if a storm is happening, as it was happening in the story, somebody might not think like, this natural thing that's happening is surely happening because of me. It's a very unorthodox way of logically thinking about
like tying natural disaster to
oneself,
yourself,
and even with such encounters we have, it's like this lady that I talk about, I don't think where she's sitting is connecting the dots, the spiritual dots of like, oh, this is the season and this is what happening. Yes. But as people, this is to say, like, build the spiritual awareness, build the spiritual discernment to perceive those encounters when they do happen. And I love the story of Jonah because I'm like, in the wisdom of it all, Jonah was like, it's just a natural storm, but I know it's happening because of me. So just building that muscle too, when things happen, instead of going to the default neural pathway of 1 + 1 = 2, or this is happening because of this logical reasoning. It's like sometimes you just have to tap into your gut, your instinct, and say, I can see why this is happening. Funny enough, when we're talking, just as between you and I'm not going to dissect the details too much because it's a private matter. We once had that encounter where I was like, I was being like Jonah. Something that had happened totally unrelated to me. But in that moment, I had an awareness. this person has moved from this place because them being in that place is blocking my purpose. I don't know if you remember the conversation. Yeah. I had, in that moment, the intuitive knowing hore, part of my purpose was stalling. And it's like because of that person being in that place. And it felt, I don't know why, but in the moment I just knew what it felt like. In order for me to advance to what I'm really here to do, they must move. Because for the life of me, for as long as if they stay there, I wouldn't.
You wouldn't be able to
come into
elevate and come into
the
yourself.
self. Yeah.
Agreed. And I think that's the point. Or ultimately, at the end of the day, as we're interacting as people, you must remember, Hore, you have a purpose in this life.
Yeah.
And that there are people that will be with you for particular seasons to help you take you to the next level.
Yeah.
And I think we get so attached to the people in a particular season. And sometimes the universe has to, completely move you out.
Yeah.
But when you take the principle, the very first one, which is it's not personal, it's just that for this season, you're not meant to be present in order for my own elevation.
Yeah.
And how sometimes we do block our elevation because we decide to stay attached.
Now the moment I feel that rod, I'm like, get out.
Get out. Get out. Until it's like, I said, get out. You know what I mean? Yo.
That starts with like really developing our attachment muscle. It starts with literally building attachment muscle to know when to switch it on and when to switch it off. When we lost one of our close friends or the relationship died, I remember just saying, that's unfortunate. I wouldn't have seen that happen.
Yeah.
But I'd gone through too many relationship failures where I cry, boo-hoo, I can't believe this person is not in this next level. That when it did happen this time around, notwithstanding how deeply in love, attached I was friendship-wise, as it happened, I was like,
I understand.
And it's that quick response, working on your attachment, recovery, having a very strong recovery to say, it's been broken into. I'm not going to call anybody, sit in this frequency. It's not mine. Why should I be dissecting realities that are not mine?
Yeah.
I've curbed it. It's in the police. We've caught everybody and we're sorting it out. That's the reality that I stand in. And I know.
The point about purpose is also having the courage to step into certain rooms independently.
Yep.
Because sometimes you think you need this person, they must be by your side.
Yep.
Oh my God, what am I going to... And it's like, shocker, you can actually walk in the room by yourself and you will be fine.
Yeah, literally.
You will be okay.
Literally.
You can actually enter the next level and the universe will bring the right people that you need and you will realize, as much as I love that person, them being here would not have been of service to myself or even to them. Sometimes we're blocking each other, never mind them, but you think they're a hindrance to you, but you're also a hindrance to them. Life is balanced in that way, and this is why we say it's not even personal.
Yeah. So yeah, guys, there you have it. I think this conversation requires a part 2, like how do you shift spheres properly and frequencies as your individual self? But maybe as many episodes that we need a part 2 to, we'll do it another time. Maybe part 2 would be you paying for a course to actually be taught. Because you guys want this teaching for free.
I saw somebody commenting out of the episode is too short.
Hey, I'm
Baby
like, guys, you guys have,
do you know what we've gone through to be able to say these things with authority? Yeah. The seasons of baptism.
Honestly, even beyond that, like the money put into it, guys. There's a point where we need to monetize the situation. That's the whole idea. So I don't know how we can create a framework for you guys to support the motion so that the episodes are longer, so that the episodes actually continue.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of money. This fashion, these lights, these cameras.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
So you better subscribe. You better
Yeah.
like. You better share. I need you guys to tell your friends, to tell their other friends, to tell their friends' friends. We
to
need
enter the sphere.
You know, I never used to used to annoy me actually.
What?
Listening to like the big podcast that was Steve Bartlett, Jay Shetty. Guys, you know, when you subscribe, this helps us make the platform bigger for you.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, next. But seriously, you like, you subscribe, you share.
Yeah.
Our numbers get bigger. We are able to monetize.
And
When we
we're able to keep the
monetize, then
episodes.
we can actually provide even more value, which we would absolutely love to do. So please like, comment, subscribe, and share.
Yeah, and I'm very proud of you guys. The last episodes, the comments.
Yeah,
they
you guys
really engaged.
You guys have been engaging. Thank you
Like,
so much.
really, really
Yeah.
engaged. So yeah, guys, let's work on our spiritual discernment. Let's be very aware and have a lot of clarity about what is really transpiring in our spheres and our realities, and be able to really gauge it for what is happening. My name is Belsa Abo Ame,
I am Shatani Samalakai.
and you've been watching
The Sapiosexual Platter.